What's up, Internet? Robert Teegarden flying through to you on a Thursday afternoon. Gotta do a mic check. Running a couple errands today. Driving to office store. Gotta get some stuff. This weekend is gonna be a great weekend for videography, Robert. We're going up to Sacramento, California. And we've got a reasonable shoot that'll take place over a couple different weekends. So this is the first weekend that we'll have. Gonna shoot some airplane products, put some, product videos together. Nothing super interesting, but definitely gonna be able to execute it well, at least I hope. The thing I'm most excited about, guys, is that the company, our company, bought a couple of really rad pieces of gear. And I'm waiting for those things today. We're taking them with us up to Sacramento tomorrow on Friday, so I'm anxious to get these things in the mail and try them out, make sure that everything's good. Nothing like new gear, guys. One of the things that gets me the most excited in the world, new gear. Oh, sweet. I think mail's been delivered. Hell yes. All right, let's get these things inside. You see, getting gear is always really exciting, but it's even better when you get two huge packages like this. One package is much more of a practical matter, so I think I'm just gonna open that one first. But this one, this is what I'm really excited about. But first things first, let's be practical. Going on a trip, I need something that's going to be able to carry all of my stuff. So we'll open up something from Manfrotto. Take it. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, shoulders. Boom. There you go. Check that out in all its glory. This is I forget the model number on this guy, but it's part of the Pro Light bag series. I'm gonna do a whole review on this thing in and of itself, so stay tuned for that video. But this is meant to carry long, large things, protect them well. We're gonna throw this thing on a plane and then put a whole bunch of stuff in it and put it on the plane and fly stuff around. So that's what the whole purpose of this thing is. But we'll do we'll do another one of those videos in just a little bit. The thing that I'm the most excited about, the thing I'm gonna get the most use out of, what I really think is gonna take my video, our video, the whole channel video making experience up a couple notches, like kicking it up a notch, bam, is this next one. So for the longest time, what we've been doing is using these manual sliders. Sliders are incredible, they're fantastic. I'm gonna do another video about this cheap $20 dolly that you can find on Amazon, and they're great. They do a lot of incredible stuff. The dynamics that you can get with a shot like that, I think, are fantastic. But if you're on a set for a long period of time and all you're supposed to be doing is pulling this dolly back and forth, it just is never, it's not the greatest thing in the world. There's always some type of herky-jerky motion, and you've got to spend time in post putting some stabilization on it. It's just not, there's better options. So that's where this thing comes in here. And as I'm trying to open this thing up here, skis, put a little bit of, speed on it. The box is massive. You could fit probably 14 human beings inside this box. Look, you can't see the whole thing, but this whole side over here is empty, and really what I want is this thing right here. Give me some of this now. Now this, by a company called GVM, great video maker. Really? That's the name that we got going on. But it is a motorized slider, more importantly, an affordable motorized slider. And boy, let me tell you, am I excited to have this thing in our possession. Let's take a look. I don't know, what way are you guys seeing this? GVM, is this it? I think that's it, GVM. I'm gonna leave it like that. Opening up this carrying case. The case actually has a fair amount of padding to it. Do something like this, and look, I mean, nice and foam lid, and they did a great job cutting this out. And as I pull it up, I mean, this thing looks pretty dang cool and robust. It's definitely packed in there nice. Let's take a closer look at this thing, guys. So guys, outside of the slider, which I'll get into more detail in a second, there's a couple things inside of this case that I think are worth talking about. First thing is that it comes with a battery charger. So this is kind of your standard, typical lithium-ion charger. I got a couple different newer lights that take the same type of battery and battery charger. So it comes with the charger, comes with this little battery here, all battery operated, which is fantastic. And here we've got the remote. Now the remote seems to be built really well. This is an aluminum construction that we can see, and the battery would actually slide onto the back just like this. And I think from what I've seen in other reviews, it comes with, yep, sure does, comes with about 2/3 power still left in the device itself. There's a switch on the bottom right here that you can use to access it, and then you have all of the different mounting cable points on the top right here. Nice little LCD screen, as you can see on the front, which gives great readouts, video shot, time-lapse setting, things like that, that we can all kind of use these buttons to maneuver around and get to exactly where we need to go. So all in all, I feel that this thing actually is pretty robust. It's got some decent construction to it. It doesn't feel flimsy or anything in my hand, which is fantastic, and you know, not bad for the price. We've got an obligatory Allen key, just in case you haven't collected enough of those from IKEA. Next thing we got, guys, is the cable that's going to connect our remote to the slider itself. It's got what looks like a 5-pin connector, like male connector. It's actually a 4-pin female connector that looks like this, and then a USB on the other side. So this 4-pin goes into the slider itself, and then this USB end goes into the controller, and that's how these two things communicate and talk to one another. How cute. Then we've got this like host of different shutter connectors. The cool thing about this is that it will actually set up to your camera directly and go into time-lapse mode so that it will move, stop, take a picture, and then move again. The way that it would do that is it acts as kind of an intervalometer for your actual camera itself. And so it comes with all of these little squiggly connector pieces so you can connect your camera to the remote control. It's pretty cool. So GVM has somewhat of a YouTube presence. It's not large, but they put a lot of their instructional videos up. What I thought was really cool is that they've got this little instruction piece right here that if you're looking to figure out exactly how to replicate certain types of movements and shots, you can actually scan this little QVC or QR code, not QVC. You can scan this little QR code and it'll tell you which motion via video and how you can kind of put that stuff together. So I thought that was nice. Other than that, the manual is pretty standard, just gives you a bunch of different things for the remote setup and the slider setup. So, you know, some standard operating procedures. But yeah, it seems great. So far, what's in the box, construction-wise, the things that they provided, I'm feeling like this is a pretty good purchase. Pretty good purchase. All right, guys, moving on to the slider itself. I have to say that at first glance, I'm very impressed with the overall construction and feel of this particular slider. The one we purchased was 31 inches long. Really only saves you a couple bucks, but 48-inch sliders are massive. It seemed to be a lot bigger pain in the ass to carry that thing around, so we opted for the shorter version. First thing I noticed is that the rails are decent quality construction carbon fiber rails, nice and smooth, which means that we should theoretically be able to move back and forth very smoothly. But overall, it's nice and firm, stiff rails, seems really great there. Moving on to the end pieces and the mechanism itself. These pieces seem to be anodized aluminum to me. Very well constructed, definitely rigid. The great thing about the feet themselves, they have the little rubberized pieces on the bottom, but then you can move these things around and have micro adjustments that would suit the exact height for what you need. If you're going to mount this thing on a tabletop or a flat surface like the ground, something like that, you would just open the feet up themselves, do your micro adjustments so everything's level, and move on from there. That being said, however, we do have a few different mounting places for tripods.
You have your 1/4, 20, and 3/8 adapters. Also, if you move on to the outside of the rails, we have the appropriate tripod mounting screws there as well. A feature that was of great interest to me about this slider is its follow focus capability and 120-degree pan. That is accomplished by moving this particular rail into different positions so that we have the tripod head itself moving in the direction that we want it to move, whether that's follow focus or 120-degree panorama shots. Adjusting this particular rail is pretty easy. All you have to do is loosen these 2 screws here, and depending on the type of maneuver you're trying to pull off, you'd have to adjust this lever to the correct position. A decent number of people online have been asking the question, is this slider good enough for interviews? Is it quiet? Will I be able to hear it when I'm filming stuff? I'm using it right now. You tell me, dummy. Another great feature about this slider for the price is this auto loop technology. That thing just stopped and went the other direction all on its own. I don't know if you caught that, but you basically have to set the end points of the slider appropriately, and once you do that, it'll just keep going back and forth until I tell it to stop. How handy is that for interviews and things like that where you just don't ever have to touch the slider again? So in conclusion, guys, I gotta say, I think this $350 31-inch slider from GVM is a pretty damn good deal. It's got a lot of great features. And for the price, I don't really think that you can beat it. I'm really excited to start playing with it. I really think it's going to up the quality of these videos and the different things that we do here and the professional work that I do. I just gotta say, I think it's a great thing. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd want to see more of my content, maybe consider subscribing. I post content on a very regular basis, and I'd love for you to join the Teegarden family and see what we're always up to. Until next time, guys, this is Robert Teegarden with a slider review. I'll see you next time. Bye. Right here that actually gets done. That scared the dog shit out of me. And then I see you looking with this weird smirk and totally threw myself off. And my wife and kids are standing in the window outside waiting for me to finish. You've got a little bit of time, so you might want to take a stroll around the block. Okay.